Let's begin our journey through the vocabulary of Diary of a Wimpy Kid number 5. Awkward, causing or feeling embarrassment or inconvenience. Reluctant, unwilling, and hesitant. Grumpy, bad-tempered, and irritable. Sneak, to move or go in a stealthy way. Shrug, to raise one's shoulders slightly to express doubt, ignorance, or indifference. Ponder, to think about something carefully. Mumble, to say something indistinctly and quietly. Fidget, to make small movements, especially of the hands and feet through nervousness or impatience. Giggle, to laugh lightly and repeatedly in a silly, nervous, or uncontrollable way. Blurt out, to say something suddenly and without careful consideration. Gaze, to look steadily and intently. Sigh, to emit a long, deep, audible breath, expressing sadness, relief, or tiredness. Whisper, to speak very softly using one's breath, especially for secrecy. Stammer, to speak with sudden involuntary pauses and repetition of initial letters. Glare, to stare angrily or fiercely. Nod, to lower and raise one's head slightly and briefly, especially in greeting or assent. Shudder, to tremble convulsively, typically from fear or revulsion. Wince, to make a slight involuntary grimace or shrinking movement. Snicker, to give a half-suppressed, typically scornful laugh. Frown, to furrow one's brows in an expression, indicating disapproval, displeasure, or concentration. Scowl, to frown in an angry or bad-tempered way. Grimace, an ugly, twisted expression on a person's face. Squeal, to make a long, high-pitched cry or noise. Groan, to make a deep, inarticulate sound in response to pain or despair. Yawn, to involuntarily open one's mouth wide and inhale deeply due to tiredness or boredom. Mutter, to say something in a low or barely audible voice, especially showing irritation or dissatisfaction. Sneer, a contemptuous or mocking smile, remark, or tune. Pout, to push one's lips out to show annoyance or unhappiness. Grumble, to complain or protest about something in a bad-tempered but typically ineffectual way. Whine, to make a long, high-pitched cry or sound, typically as a complaint or in pain. Bicker, to argue about trivial matters. Squirm, to wriggle or twist the body from side to side, especially from nervousness or discomfort. Wriggle, to twist and turn with quick writhing movements. Shuffle, to walk by dragging one's feet without lifting them fully. Trudge, to walk slowly and with heavy steps, typically because of exhaustion or harsh conditions. Stride, to walk with long, decisive steps. Pace, to walk at a steady speed, especially back and forth as an expression of anxiety or impatience. Dodge, to avoid someone or something by a sudden quick movement. Dart, to move or throw suddenly and quickly. Bolt, to run away suddenly and quickly. Lurk, to remain hidden, especially to wait in ambush. Slink, to move in a stealthy or furtive manner. Creep, to move slowly and carefully, especially to avoid being heard or noticed. Dash, to run or travel somewhere in a great hurry. Stroll, to walk in a leisurely way. Meander, to wander aimlessly. Tiptoe, to walk quietly and carefully on one's toes. Wobble, to move unsteadily from side to side. Stumble, to trip or lose one's balance to make an error. Trip, to catch one's foot on something and stumble or fall. Crumple, to crush something so that it becomes creased and wrinkled. Cower, to crouch down in fear. Flinch, to make a quick, nervous movement as an instinctive reaction to fear, pain, or surprise. Glimpse, to see or perceive briefly or partially. Peeking, looking quickly and secretively. Squint, to look with partially closed eyes. Peer, to look with difficulty or concentration. Gawk, to stare foolishly or awkwardly. Stare, to look fixedly or vacantly at someone or something with one's eyes wide open. Fumble, to handle awkwardly or clumsily. Clumsy, awkward in movement or handling things awkwardly in a way that is difficult to use or deal with. Bungling, showing lack of skill or aptitude. Mishap, an unlucky accident. Blunder, a stupid or careless mistake. Gaffe, an unintentional act or remark causing embarrassment. Fiasco, a complete failure. Debacle, a sudden and ignominious failure. Catastrophe, an event causing great and often sudden damage or suffering. Plight, a dangerous, difficult, or unfortunate situation. Predicament, a difficult, unpleasant, or embarrassing situation. Quandary, a state of perplexity or uncertainty over what to do. Dilemma, a situation requiring a difficult choice between two or more alternatives. Conundrum, a confusing and difficult problem or question. Perplexed, completely baffled, very puzzled. Bewildered, perplexed, and confused. Dazed, stunned, or confused. Stupefied, prevented from clear thought by something surprising or shocking. Flustered, agitated, or confused. Discombobulated, confused, and disconcerted. Disoriented, having lost one's sense of direction or feeling confused. Muddled, in a state of bewildered or bewildering confusion. Scattered, occurring or found at intervals or in various locations. Haphazard, lacking any obvious principle of organization. Disarray, a state of disorder, untidiness. Clutter, a collection of things lying about in an untidy mass. Messy, untidy, or dirty. Sloppy, careless, and unsystematic. Grubby, dirty, soiled. Squalid, extremely dirty and unpleasant. Filthy, disgustingly dirty. Miserable, wretchedly unhappy or uncomfortable. Dejected, sad, and depressed. Downhearted, discouraged, despondent. Glum-looking or feeling dejected. Melancholy, a feeling of pensive sadness. Sullen, bad-tempered, and sulky, gloomy. Morose, sullen, and ill-tempered. Dismal, depressing, dreary. Bleak, not hopeful or encouraging, depressing. Dreary, dull, gloomy, and depressing. Monotonous, dull, tedious, and repetitious. Tedious, too long, slow, or dull. Boring, not interesting, tedious. Dull, lacking interest or excitement. Lethargic, sluggish, and apathetic. Sluggish, slow-moving, or inactive. Torpid, mentally or physically inactive. Listless, lacking energy or enthusiasm. Apathetic, showing or feeling no interest or enthusiasm. Indifferent, having no particular interest or sympathy. Nonchalant, feeling or appearing casually calm and relaxed. Complacent, showing smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself. Smug, having or showing an excessive satisfaction with oneself. Haughty, arrogantly superior and disdainful. Arrogant, having or revealing an exaggerated sense of one's own importance. Conceited, excessively proud of oneself. Vain, having or showing an excessively high opinion of one's appearance. Pompous, affectedly and irritatingly grand or self-important. Boastful, showing excessive pride and self-satisfaction. Braggart, a person who boasts about achievements or possessions. Hubris, excessive pride or self-confidence. Vexed, annoyed, frustrated, or worried. Irritated, feeling or showing slight annoyance. Exasperated, intensely annoyed and frustrated. Infuriated, made extremely angry and impatient. Enraged, made very angry. Incensed, very angry and raged. Furious, extremely angry. Rage, violent, uncontrollable anger. Wrath, extreme anger. Indignation, anger or annoyance provoked by unfair treatment. Resentment, bitter indignation at having been treated unfairly. Annoyance, the feeling of being annoyed, irritation. Frustration, the feeling of being upset at inability to achieve something. Displeasure, a feeling of annoyance or disapproval. Disgruntle, makes someone angry or dissatisfied. Distraught, deeply upset and agitated. Agitated, feeling or appearing troubled or nervous. Distressed, suffering from anxiety, sorrow, or pain. Troubled, having or experiencing problems or difficulties. Worried, feeling or showing anxiety or concern. Anxious, experiencing worry, unease, or nervousness. Apprehensive, anxious, or fearful that something bad will happen. Uneasy, causing or feeling anxiety or discomfort. Nervous, easily agitated or alarmed, tending to be anxious. Scared, fearful, frightened. Terrified, extremely frightened. Horrified, filled with horror, extremely shocked or disgusted. Petrified, so frightened as to be unable to move, terrified.